Foul! No, 2 fouls.
Foul? I didn't touch anybody!
Mitchell can't get it to fall. And Hartenstein gets drilled, and it's a technical foul on Gobert.
I can already start with the problems. Hartenstein gets drilled. Well, the announcer didn't see Hartenstein get drilled since Hartenstein didn't get drilled, so you shouldn't tell the people at home that Hartenstein got drilled just because Hartenstein fell down. There was a time when if a player went down like that, it was safe to assume that they got drilled. That's a long, long time ago. My point being that neither the players nor the referees deserve the benefit of the doubt, and therefore I apply guilt to the announcers too, who seem to try to cover for the referees. The announcer also tells the audience that this was a tech, and he's correct based on visual evidence because the referee is signaling a tech. But then as the announcers are reviewing it, he's saying he must have said something because they don't understand what the tech is based on.
So a technical foul was called on Gobert, must have said something.
Now, fast forward to the referees coming over and making their announcement. They say that a loose ball foul was called.
We have a loose ball foul on Gobert, followed by a potential hostile act, which is under review.
That's interesting. I didn't know that the T was a signal for a loose ball foul. Now, I know a lot of people are mad at the announcers, and rightfully so, but the referees... What are the referees doing? It's bad enough that they didn't punish Hartenstein, but they are lying about the call that they made. I feel like the players are dishonest. I feel like the referees are dishonest. I feel like the announcers are dishonest. Like everybody is scrambling over each other in dishonesty to try and sell the public a shit product.
A hostile act, perhaps.
The official signaled technical foul. They're not said yet whether there is a technical foul.
Every now and then, a tiny little hint of sympathy creeps up inside of me, wondering, man, should I feel bad for these announcers? It's got to be tough being them, scrambling to try and explain complete and utter horse crap. The official signaled technical foul, but there is no technical foul, and we're just going to keep on moving along as if there's nothing weird about that.
Right now, it's just a loose ball foul. They're looking to see if it should be upgraded to a flagrant.
See, now I'm going to get hung up on the technicality of it being a foul that can be upgraded to a flagrant, because how are you going to upgrade a non-existent foul to a flagrant foul? Because they rescind the loose ball foul. Minnesota challenges, and the refs agree, so there was not a loose ball foul, and yet they were looking at upgrading it to a flagrant.
It can't be a foul without touching another player.
Well, that's what I used to think, but this is 2025. I gotta say, I would rather listen to the information coming from this comedy than this comedy at this point. It's not a good sign when the camera catches you laughing with your bench at the BS you just pulled off.
Upon review, there is a flail by Gobert that catches Hartenstein in the nose, and that will be assessed a technical foul.
Okay, problem, because you did not announce this technical first, and it's what the referee signaled, which is why the gameplay stopped. And somehow you came up with a loose ball foul, which now you're saying it's actually about the technical, the flail. So the flail is the foul here. The technical, not the loose ball foul. Are you following? Because I'm not. Now, if we're going to say that flailing is a technical, it's a nice reminder that flopping is a technical. And Hartenstein escapes without any punishment. Which brings us to this part.
The loose ball foul that was called on Gobert is being challenged by Minnesota with this timeout.
All right, there's a few problems here. This means the refs are pretending that they called two fouls on one play, that they called the technical and the loose ball foul, and the loose ball foul is now being challenged, but the technical foul is remaining. The reality is that they announced that they called a loose ball foul and not a technical. The reality is that the referee on the floor called a technical. Then they just blew that off as if it didn't exist during their announcement and talked about a loose ball foul that might get upgraded to a flagrant and then announced the technical later. That's a little shady. Making matters worse, not only did they have a chance to look at Hartenstein's flop, they also had a chance to see that Hartenstein fouled Gobert before any of the rest of this ensued. And I've seen the NBA administer a foul that they didn't see previously during a challenge. Now the pieces are coming together for me to feel like the Thunder are being favored. Listen to my list. Gameplay was stopped because of a technical foul called by a referee, which they later pretended hadn't been called and that a loose ball foul had been called, only for them to later have to admit that no, there wasn't a loose ball foul, but we will go ahead and administer a technical foul. They will not administer the technical foul for flopping, which they're supposed to do, and they won't administer a loose ball foul on Hartenstein, which he committed first. And in addition to all of this, now Minnesota was forced to use a challenge against the non-existent loose ball foul. Oh, and of course the advantage of the technical free throw. Now that we're all completely confused, with the exception of realizing that things are definitely biased in favor of the Thunder, can we now talk about, and let's just pretend that there is contact here. Let's say that you're one of the people that's shouting, but there is contact, but there is contact. Can we get back to the fact that a professional athlete isn't actually supposed to be out there thinking, hey, I think I might have felt a fingertip. Here's my chance to put on an acting show to manipulate the referees. If your mindset in all of this is to stick to the fact that there might have been a couple of molecules exchanged between these two players as your defense for saying that this was all justified, then you're missing the point entirely. Let's talk about the acting for a little bit. The delay is insane. I don't think the direction of the head movement makes sense. Like if you were barely grazed on your nose, does your head snap back? I mean, let's say that you were hit hard on your nose. Does your head snap back? Because the arm was going downward. I would think that I might just cover my face and crumple to the ground if it was like a hard blow going downward, but I don't know why my head would snap backward. And I don't really feel like his hands are going anywhere specific either, just to make sure that the refs see that his hands are going to his face. It's a flop. And he committed a foul before the flop. Will Hartenstein be punished? Will the Thunder be punished? Because, look, if Hartenstein gets a $2,000 fine somewhere down the road, I don't know how that's going to hurt the Thunder. And therefore, why would the Thunder not continue to flop? It's working for them, and the NBA is not discouraging it. Now, the other side of this argument is Gobert's arm motion. It was weird, and I went off about this in a separate rant in the members section. So if you want to apply guilt at a possibly dangerous arm swing, go ahead. It still doesn't remove what the referees did, what the announcers did, that somehow Gobert's the only one who got punished here, that there's no punishment for the flopping, and there was no punishment for the foul committed by Hartenstein before all of this, and that there probably won't be punishment coming down the road. Thanks for listening.